the gentlest and most wonderful of its kind, mesmerizing beauty and brilliant color, its cry synonymous to a lovely song. But comes time, consumes itself in its own magnificent flame, and from its own ashes it will rise and reborn anew. Hi guys, and welcome to my third and last look for the NYX Professional Makeup Face Awards 2017. This one is actually a very personal story, and I would like to dedicate it to my mom, who is a real fighter and the strongest person I know. She has faced and fought so many difficult challenges in life, cancer being just one of them, and each and every time she has risen stronger than before. She's my personal phoenix. I'm super excited to show you how I did this look, so let's start right away. First off, I need to do a face cast for my latex mask. I'm using regular plaster and covering my whole face in it. I'm really making sure I have several layers of it on my face, so it's really solid. Once it's dry, I just remove it. Then I'm creating the plaster mix, 1 part water, 2 parts plaster mix, and pour the mixture into the cast and let it dry according to instructions. Once everything is dry, I just simply remove the first layer. I sandpaper it and apply a few layers of wood glue so it's nice and shiny and ready for the clay. For this, I'm using an air drying clay and form all the shapes that I want to have in my face. And it's really important to keep the transition to the edge as smooth as possible so it won't be visible on the face later. So I'm just going in back and forth with clay until I'm happy with the desired shapes. Once I'm happy, I just let it air dry. Moving on to the wings that I'm creating with aluminum wire. I got some kind of thin material, put it together in the middle and gave it a few stitches so it doesn't open up later. With hot glue, I outlined the frame and placed the material onto it. Now the fun part with the feathers. I actually bought completely black feathers and sprayed this ombre kind of look myself. It was really important to me that they match the whole phoenix look of red and yellow. And you can do that with some crafting spray. I'm just gluing them on, and on the inner part of the wings I'm just putting some black feathers. Now that the clay is dry, I put some powder over it so it's easier for removal later. I now start to layer on the latex, and it's pretty simple. Latex, drying, and you do that like 1534 times until your mask is actually thick enough to be removed. On the inside, I fill it with some cotton and latex so it's not hollow. Let's finally start with the look. I divided my hair and I'm gonna make 2 braids, which I'm gonna put over my head and fix it with some bobby pins. I then take a fake braid and put it on top of the previous one, so at the end I have some kind of crown. Well, isn't this pretty? I layer now a row of black feathers on the very top. I don't even use bobby pins because I can just stick them in. On the next row I stick with red, orange and yellow so the hair matches the rest of the look. In the very first row I use black feathers again, but I make sure that they don't stand up as straight and high as the first row. I'm applying the mask parts that I created, and for that I'm using some latex. And you know what I'm gonna say now? It's latex dry, latex dry, latex dry until everything sits in place. I start with the brightest color, and that's yellow. I cover myself completely in it and start shading with the next darkest color, which is orange. I apply it wherever I want to achieve a shadow and blend it in the end with a sponge. And I do the same with red. After I apply the liquid color, I move on and set it all with regular eyeshadow in the same color range. The NYX Professional Makeup Ultimate Bright Palette is perfect for this because it has these screaming colors of yellow, orange and red. And you know, I start adding darker and darker shade as I go and blend everything nicely. I fill in my whole neck with yellow and start to paint on some feathers at the bottom. With a thin brush, I start to outline all the feathers on my neck, trying to have smaller ones closer to my head and bigger ones closer to my body. Once all the feathers are outlined, I start with the brightest color at the very top of the feather, blending it towards the inside of it. This will create a three-dimensional look and make them look more realistic. I'm now starting to shade them and add some darker colors to the feathers. At the very end, I go in with some black and create the deepest shadows that they are throwing. The last part of my look is the painting on of the lava. It stands for the fire and the ashes of the reincarnation of the phoenix. Around the lava stones, I put some darker red to create the glowing lava effect. I then fill the lava stones with a mix of brown and black and add some white highlights. Adding a few more details and the lava is done. Adding some of the darkest red to the very top of my face and hairline. With a rough sponge, I stipple some dark red color all over my face to create some texture. Adding a few highlights. I'm creating a very dramatic eyeliner as my phoenix should look as majestic as possible. Adding a lower lash liner and adding some dots to create more texture. I'm outlining my lips with a red pencil, but as I'm reaching the end of the lip, I kind of extend it and do an upward motion. That way I'm creating a really beautiful lip that goes with the whole look of the phoenix. Darkening up the edges a little and I'm done. And this is my final look for the NYX Professional Face Award Switzerland finale. The theme for this round was Metamorphosis, which means transition or transformation, and I really tried to incorporate it in several ways and metaphors in this video. So the most beautiful change that can happen in nature is the transition from winter to spring, which I was showing in my intro, but I wanted something that would impersonate that kind of change. To me, that is a phoenix, a long-lived bird that is cyclically reborn. It's not only nature that goes through transformation, we all do. There are dark and cold and difficult times, but no matter how long these seem, the spring is guaranteed to come. The better and warmer times are to come. Whenever we are faced with something difficult in life, we arise stronger and more beautiful out of it. This is about rebirth, hope, return, and the beginning. This is about the circle of life. I really hope you like this look. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you think I deserve to win and get the title Beauty Vlogger of the Year, please support me and go vote for my look at the link in the description bar below. I just want to say thank you everyone who has supported me in this journey. I've come so far. Thank you everybody, and a big hug to all the top 5 candidates. You guys rock, and I'm so happy that I've met each and every one of you. Thanks for watching, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye!